So how was the break? Was it interesting? Who had a conversation? Who just hid out in the toilet stall and locked it in case anyone wants to? No, don't talk to me. I don't know how to do this stuff.
Don't single them out.
Yeah. Exactly. I'm going to signal. If you're really shy, tell me so I can single you out in public. Okay, guys. So, did you notice, of course, people giving you different responses in terms of hesitation versus, taking up their conversational challenge that you're offering? Yes? No? You found it just easy to have a conversation? Can we have a mic here, please, guys? Just over here, just stand up just to see what happened, if that's okay.
Oh, just no hesitation.
Oh, there's no hesitations. Oh, your partner got just so carried away enjoying the conversation, they forgot to give you the drill, right? That's okay. Did anyone here actually remember to actually be hesitant enough to actually make them work for it? Yes? How many people? Hands up. So what were your experiences of doing that? That's what I'm interested in right now. Feedback, to stand up, and let's get up to Kyle over here, please.
Yeah, it was actually pretty cool because it created a fair amount of tension.
Right.
Yeah. So
and there we have that pressure again, right?
Mm-hmm. But it was cool.
And by the way, the primary place where you experience that pressure that makes you not yourself is the small talk phase. That is the primary place you'll find it. On occasion, it'll occur in the big talks phase, but typically you've either made a mistake or hit on something very vulnerable, and you'll be starting, and they'll be kicking you out back into small talk when that happens, right? Have you ever had that happen to you, by the way? You're having this amazing conversation with someone, and then something happens, you don't know what it was, but somehow it goes wrong and suddenly gets all cold and frosty, and it just kind of dies on the vine. Anyone had that experience before? This is why, right? The whatever it is that they reacted to, whatever it is that you did, it doesn't immediately have to know. You don't know it. Sometimes it's a hot button you just don't know about. As soon as you make a conversational mistake, an error, right? What is the solution? You signal more care and more appreciation. One way to do that is an apology. An apology is a ritual exchange of status. I'm going to elevate your status. I'm going to lower my status. I'm going to let you rebuild your boundary by acknowledging the fact that I overstepped the boundary. So now I'm ritualistically stepping back, right? It's a little bit like when you knock on someone's door. Do you stand right at the edge of the door so that when they open it up, they have this face looming in their face? Is that what you guys do? Yes, because if you do, you may want to rethink that approach, right? What do? We get close enough to knock, but whilst we're waiting for them to respond, most people take an unconscious step back so when the door opens, you got some space for them, some distance, or a sense of safety, right? So whenever you make a mistake, think of knocking on the door, take a step back. You can do a ritual apology, or you can do an informal apology in the way of compliments or things like that reestablish their status as high and of value. And that will tend to let you go back to either where you were or into a deep enough version of small talk that you can then transition back into the deeper conversation you had before. Does that make sense to you guys?
Yep.
So we have a question over here. Stand up for it, please.
So in a conversation,
Yeah.
as opposed to at the door,
Yes.
would you say, I'm really looking forward to getting to know you as...
So I get where you're coming with this. Yes. So first answer is only if it's true, right? Second answer is, how do you know it's true? You have to have a reason to meet this person, right?
Well, usually they're networking.
Sure. So, but you still have to. Well, I'll give you this. I'll give you a different version of this answer, right? It's the fake smile syndrome, right? So in networking, you'll see this a lot, right? You'll see people coming in, big bright smile. Hi, it's so nice to meet you. That's nice. Oh, wonderful. And then they'll move on to the next person. You're now dust in their mind. And the next person gets this brilliant smile. Oh, so nice to meet you. It's wonderful. And all the good feelings you had a moment ago, they suddenly evaporate. You suddenly realize, oh, they're doing it to everyone, right? So the solution is called the slow smile, which is you start talking to them positively but relatively neutral. You can have a happy expression on your face, which may include a slight smile. But only once you've actually talked, maybe you've done a little bit of a name exchange, or maybe you've done a little tiny bit of small talk, then you let your smile light up. Even if you're actually really eager to meet them, you've got to hold and reserve a little bit. Why? It shows I'm not just randomly smiling at you like everyone else. I actually smile at you because there's something about you I appreciate. It's a real thing. Now, please note, this sounds like a technique, and this is not a school for sociopaths, right? If you were a sociopath and it was a bit technique, by all means drill it and experience it the best you can, but you'd be missing out on the real experience of life, which is the bit where the connections happen and the magic actually occurs, right? And it's very hard to do as a sociopath because you can't maintain it long term, right? So it's a question about earning the reward in terms of the conversational partner. So if you're going to say, I really look forward to meeting you, you've got to mean it, number one. And number two, you've got to have a reason for meaning it. Does that make sense? Feel the difference between this. So we just met, nice to meet you. So what's your name again? I just can't see your name tag right now. Tammy. Right, so we meet, we shake hands virtually over a long distance. Nice to meet you, Tammy. My name's Igor. What's your name? Tammy. Oh, great. So, tell me a little about you. Where are you from, Tammy? You'll give me some around here. Say Hawaii. Oh, so wonderful. I've always wanted to go to Hawaii. You know what? I have to go and meet a couple of people here right now. But I really look forward to talking to you a little bit more. And maybe you can just give me some hints about Hawaii or something like that. And now I'll move off. I've given you a reason for looking forward to the interaction. It's not random. You're now special because we have something we share as a common bond of some kind, or something about you that I appreciate. Maybe I'll come up in a networking event again, and I'll say, I've got to say, my name's Igor, it's nice to meet you, blah, 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 blah. I have to say, the reason I came over to introduce myself is I saw how you were talking to that gentleman over there who was having a hard